Okay, welcome to the Dude Podcast, episode 91. Week 4 in the books. We're talking Caleb Williams Super Bowl. Bills smash the Fins. And we're talking Sunday Night Football, Patrick Mahomes' infamous slide of infamous sin, I should say, not even slide.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
We do biggest riser, biggest loser, and we close off with power rankings going into week 5. Let's roll.
Let's go.
Okay, going over our NFL teams. Sorry, I gotta charge my laptop. There we go.
No worries.
Going over our me and Evan. $1,000 goes to the winner of our NFL Pick'em draft. So far, after week 4, looks like I have a comfortable lead of 8 points. So I'm looking good.
You're looking real good. The fact I have 2, 1, and 3 teams in my winners is not good. So,
man, Panthers are probably. I might get 17 points from those guys, man.
You really might get 17. I'm gonna probably get like 3 from a couple. No, I'm just kidding. I'll probably get more than 3, but I'm gonna get single digits from some of my losing teams, I think.
Dude, I'm okay with it. So
I know you are. I know you are.
$1,000 in my pocket.
But... Yeah.
All right, let's dive into it. Let's talk about the Caleb Williams Super Bowl. Bears against Broncos.
Yep.
Bears start hot. I think they were up 21 at one point.
Yep. I think they were up 21 with 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a lock if you were you thought it was a lock, but
it was not. It was in Chicago. Mm-hmm. They would show I watched the game with 5 or 6 minutes left, and they just kept showing the Bears fans, and it was kind of like this and then this, and
yep.
And anyways, ended up not so great for the Bears, which sucks because Justin Fields played so good.
Yeah.
It was almost so good where you're like, okay, the Bears are back,
Yeah. I agree. 100%. I was texting. I'm in a fantasy football with fantasy football league with a bunch of guys I know, and I was like, hey, this is what Justin Fields and DJ Moore were supposed to do all season. This is what everybody was expecting them to do. And then and they really did. They both played very well. Justin Fields had 4 touchdowns. Even Khalil Herbert had 103 rushing yards. And then DJ Moore with 8 catches for 131 yards and a touchdown. And then Cole Kmet with 2 TDs. The team looked awesome. This is what everyone thought they were going to be.
Yeah, it was Justin Fields was neutered the first 3 weeks, and he got his penis back week 4.
Yeah, so his wiener got reattached to him. Yep.
Let's go.
Well, neutered isn't when your dick gets cut off. I think it's just your balls.
Oh, of course. Never been neutered before. My bad.
Me either.
Yeah, that's right. You got his nutsack bag. Sorry, I apologize.
It's all good. All good.
People are saying that the loser of this game, odds are that they get the number 1 pick this year.
Yep.
Bears, of course, lose. I know the fans want them to win, but you really don't want to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
And odds are that they're going to have the first and second pick because the Panthers do not look good.
No.
Bryce Young continues to struggle.
Yeah.
He struggles so bad to the point where you're put Andy Dalton in. Can you imagine actually saying that to your friend? Man, I hope they put Andy Dalton in. You've got to be at a low point in your life.
There were moments in that game that I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna do something, and then he'd chuck it 10 yards out of bounds instead of dude, I don't know. But yeah, Yeah, there has been some really, really, really poor performances from some young quarterbacks.
So if you're the Bears, do you just draft Caleb Williams and Drake May, like 1 and
Both,
2? Yeah,
just
you're
like
just
just to
like
like not let
F it,
anybody else get him.
dude. F it. We're so bad. Let's just get the top two quarterbacks and
That would be so crazy because like, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, that's crossed my mind. I'm like, I wonder if like anybody's ever thought about doing that just to like not let the other teams get this guy.
yeah.
But
It's
then
hard
you
though.
have, but
Yeah,
then you
Marvin
have
Harrison
three
Jr.'s
guys.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Marvin
yeah, yeah.
Harrison Jr.'s there. You
Has to
might
go with
not want
him.
to pass on him, but it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the Bears franchise, can you blame them if they went 1-2 quarterback? You're just like, dude,
I mean, one of
because
them's bound to pan out.
it is the hardest position in all sports.
Yeah.
It is the greatest variance, I would say, in
Yeah.
football.
100%. Yeah.
Like we'll talk about it, but Trevor Lawrence and Desmond Ritter, a top 10 quarterback versus the worst quarterback in football.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that spread being a field goal
Yeah.
was
A
insane.
lock.
Yeah, had to put a nice chunk of change in that game.
Yeah.
Locked it. But
Yep.
anyways, I wouldn't blame the Bears if they went 1-2. Obviously, they'll probably go quarterback, and if they can get Harrison Jr. from Ohio State, why not? But
Yep.
anyways, any other thoughts on Bears Broncos?
Other than just like the Broncos wide receivers just like aren't doing anything. Like I mean, they didn't do anything. Speaking of wide receivers, Chase Claypool was told to stay home today. Because I think they're gonna trade him. So that was interesting. And then there
Nobody's
was
gonna
some
trade for him. Yeah, nobody's gonna
nobody.
want that. Nobody wants that guy.
They are, I think, now 0-13 since signing him. Not good.
Wow.
Not good. Yeah, I think they said like Twitter, like I think before like the Bears haven't won since like Twitter was sold to Elon Musk. Like it's been like a long time. It's been a really long time. But I guess one thing I did see online, what's his name? Philip Lindsay was like talking trash about the old white. Remember when he was the really good running back for the Broncos?
Yeah, he was sweet.
He was super good, right? And yeah, he was like, where are all these wide receivers at? Like, and then Jerry Judy was like, hey, happy you could watch the game from home or from the crib. And you're like, okay, there's already beef
Okay.
going on. Like, you just won. Like, stop. Come on. Come on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, this game sucked. Like, this game was just like, I mean, it was a good game to
It was
watch,
a
but like, who
good, but it was a
cares?
good, yeah, it was. I put this on our TikTok. Like, there were two games this week that I would give the title of "Who Gives a Crap" Game of the
Yeah.
Week, and
Yeah.
it was a good "Who Gives a Crap" Game of the Week. It
Yeah.
played
Like,
out well.
if you're a Broncos fan, you were in like literal hell for like the first like 3 quarters of
Yeah.
that
Oh
game.
yeah.
And then you're so happy afterwards. And then just quite the opposite for a Bears fan. So, yeah, just this was like a good game for Broncos fans, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to
Yep.
Bills or Finns at Bills.
Yeah.
Bills are good. I
Yeah,
think
they are.
everyone kind of knew the Bills were gonna win. I don't think anyone was really biting on Finns +3 today.
No. I think
Uh
like I saw like 85% of the money, like the handle was on Bills -3,
yeah.
which was an
And
absolute lock.
yeah, that was a lock.
Yeah.
Finns, it looked like the Bills were doing the cover two.
Yep.
They were playing kind of, keeping the safety high to kind of cut off Tyreek.
Yeah.
And this is what happened to Kyler a couple years ago. Sorry. Anyways, everyone started to run the cover two after this. So the Dolphins might be in a little. They're going to be in for a little treat because what the Bills
Yep.
did today, everyone's going to do it to them moving forward.
Yep.
And and I think it's like if you're the Bills, yeah, it was like a good win, but for the Finns, it was like you got stabbed in the heart. That was a
Yeah.
game that, and the way you lost it made it feel like you're kind of a fraud.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. Did you feel that way? Like,
So I didn't necessarily feel like they were frauds. I did expect it to be a lot closer than 28 points. I felt like the first 5 drives, I think they scored a touchdown, like back and forth. And I think that was what I thought the whole game was going to be like. And then once Buffalo got a stop, it like the Dolphins never got going again. And it sucks because I took the over in this game like pretty early. I think I took it at like 73.5. The freaking live over got like all the way up to like 90, right?
Holy
So I'm thinking
crap.
this is a cash, right? And then literally the Dolphins didn't score again. Like they didn't score. I was like, cool, sweet. So I think the total was like, yeah, the total was 68. So it's like, cool, nice. So yeah, yeah, no, I just felt like they kind of just figured the Dolphins out. You know, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll go through our power rankings later, but I don't know. I've been there before with Arizona where
Yeah,
you win games you're supposed to, and then you have this game that's, bigger than most regular season games that kind of means
yeah,
a little bit more, and
yep,
you get thumped. It plays with your mentals, it's like,
100%.
dude, it's like, are we that good?
Mm-hmm.
Are we just a good regular season? Like, can we actually win a championship?
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways, I
but I
feel for
mean,
I feel for Dolphin fans today. They've never won a Super Bowl. They haven't had a playoff win forever. This was kind of a playoff game, and the way you
yeah,
play that game, it just hurts. So
it does. And I will say, like, sometimes this is what teams need, kind of sometimes. Like you
yeah,
remember the Chiefs last year lost to the Colts. That was a loss. And that's different because the Colts were terrible last year. So it's just like sometimes this is what a team needs, but I don't know if losing by 28 to a very good team who you're gonna have to play again. I think you're good. But
okay,
yeah, I don't know. I felt as if Tua he got sacked a lot today. He held onto the ball a lot longer than I thought he should have. Um, but you look at the other side and like Josh Allen looked so good, dude. Josh
yeah,
Allen looked so good.
I
Stephon
know,
Diggs looked so good. James
yeah.
Cook looked good. Like,
But dude, then the Bills are gonna score like 9 points next week. It's just like
yeah,
what they
probably.
do. Like
I
that's
know.
just the Bills,
Yep.
and everyone gets on the bandwagon. The Bills are the best in football, and we'll get to our power rankings. But
Mhm.
again, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I get what you're saying because remember last year when they lost like
Yep.
9-6 to the Jags
Yeah.
when everyone was hammering the Bills that
Yeah.
game and but that was the loss that they probably needed, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't know. I truly honestly felt like the Bills just kind of set the precedent, like you were saying, like the cover two. I just think they set the precedent for what other teams are going to need to do to stop the Dolphins. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Sunday night football. Kansas City Chiefs at MetLife Stadium against the Jets. Taylor Swift in attendance. I saw
Yep.
something crazy. Like Travis Kelsey's gained like 400 followers on Instagram or something. His
Oh, it was
jerseys.
I think it was like 800,000.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah.
So
That's
his jersey
crazy.
his jersey sales went up 400%.
Dude, we just need Taylor Swift to just just come on the pod and then we're set. We're
Oh
good.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Easy.
It's the Taylor effect. Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on,
and
Taylor.
plus honestly Travis Kelsey hasn't played super great since he started dating. Quote unquote dating this chick. So
Ooh.
we don't know if they're dating for sure or
He
not.
didn't score tonight, and I'm
He did not
sure
score
I'm
tonight.
sure everybody and their mom were betting anytime
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah, so like FanDuel, I think it was FanDuel and like somebody else, like maybe DraftKings, they had like Taylor Swift inspired like props that you could bet, and it was all named after her songs, and one of them was just score a touchdown. It was like plus 100. People were hammering that, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah,
I think the spread got down to 7.5,
it did. It opened at nine
but
and a half.
yeah, opened up at 9.5. Chiefs get off to a hot lead. Zach Wilson didn't play terrible. Uh, the
Yeah,
defense played great. Patrick Mahomes like made mistakes. He doesn't always make mistakes like that.
Yeah.
There were some questionable calls. It felt like Patriots game, gave
It
me
did.
Patriot vibes. Like
That defensive holding call was
it was
absolutely terrible. That one was tough. And then
you got to be able to review stuff like that,
yeah, and I felt like the intentional grounding probably could have gotten called. I know like the rules ex Dean Blandino or whoever it was that came on said it wasn't, but it's just like there were some that I was like, ooh, they're gonna not call that, or they're gonna call that because it's the Chiefs.
Dude, that 3rd and 20 where like the
Yeah.
left tackle was just like literally like the defensive end is just like, dude, I can't even,
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And that was the one that Mahomes ran it, right?
Yeah. Well, that's one where he ran it, and then the other holding call was when they picked it off.
Oh yes.
But
Yes.
Sauce Gardner got called with the whole like defensive holding, and so
Yeah.
they got to redo the down, get
Which was
first
a
down.
BS call. It was a BS call, and in the moment I was like, thank you. But then we can get in. We'll finish with why I was very upset at this game. But
So any concerns about the Chiefs watching that game?
yes.
Okay. What are you feeling?
They don't have a deep ball.
They don't, dude.
They don't have a deep ball at all.
Dude, we were here last year when they lost to the Colts in Indy.
No, I
and
know,
we
but
were
what I'm
like,
saying,
dude, they don't have anyone to throw to. And then they end up winning the freaking Super Bowl.
I know. All I'm saying is that's my only concern. Like their defense played fine. Like their defense played decent. Like Chris Jones was getting doubled every single freaking snap. But my one thing is it's like, dude, like you can't take the top off the defense, and they were not able to do that. And then the one throw that was like a long touchdown was the Noah Gray, but he just caught it and ran. And then the other one was he was trying to go to Valdez Scantling, and the ball looked like it hit a wire midair. Like, do you remember that when he was like trying to go deep and it literally just was like a duck and just died midair?
Yeah.
I think it was on like 3rd and like 16 or something like that. But that's my only concern. Isaiah Pacheco is pretty sick. I like their run game actually a lot right now. He runs like I saw. Do you remember the video of, I think it was Isaiah Stewart? It was like the guy from the Pistons when he was trying to fight, and like the guys were trying to like grab him to stop him, and it was like Isaiah Pacheco and he gets the ball. And I'll have to send you the video, but it was pretty funny. If you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. You know this is hilarious. But that's my only concern. I don't know. Do you have any concerns with them?
No, I also feel like people don't talk about the Chiefs defense as much as they should. Like their defense is pretty good, and they honestly don't have anyone besides Chris Jones. Like I don't know, name a dude besides him. Like
I can't.
Yeah, they always have a good defense, and whether or not I feel like if the Chiefs have a deep ball or not, Patrick Mahomes he'll still kill you with the dink and dunk.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce will kill you like sitting in the zone coverage, find the spots, like. And then Patrick Mahomes is like freaking pocket awareness is so stupid. Like he's so good.
Yeah, and you look at it like I guarantee you Mahomes has so he had 2 picks, almost 3. Almost 4 really. Like the one where he missed Kelce because Kelce didn't finish the route, and then the one that got called back. I guarantee he throws maybe 3 or 4 the entire rest of the year. Like he's not gonna have a game like this again. So and I mean the other side of the ball, like Zach Wilson, like I know we're bagging on him, but like I felt like he stood in there and he took some shots, and on paper he outperformed Mahomes.
No, he's definitely not the worst quarterback in football. It's Desmond Ridder. He's good.
And I think, but and here's the thing. Zach Wilson next week will probably go out and have a terrible game. Let's be real. Yeah. But yes, Desmond Ridder, we can get into that, is the worst. He might be the worst player in the NFL. He's terrible.
Yeah, and I know we talked about Zach Wilson not being good enough to play in the NFL, and so I think we got proved wrong this week, which
He
we're
did.
all for. We support that. We
He
support
he
that.
listened he listened to episode 90 last week.
Dude, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's why, dude.
Um, yeah, I he played good. Let's see if he can do it 2 weeks in a row, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
felt like a lot of the
don't
guys
think
were
he's
dropping
going to.
passes too. Like he had some nice throws that they just dropped.
Yeah, like Conklin should have had a touchdown that he dropped. There was a couple. Yeah, there was a couple. But then there's some dimes that he was throwing. Like that touchdown to freaking Lazard. That was literally a split second later would have been tipped. Like, I mean, it was he looked good. But we'll play the Broncos next week. You think they get that dub?
Jets?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Denver.
They got that.
I think so too.
Denver is not good.
Plus, this is like the like revenge from Sean Payton bagging on Nathaniel Hackett game. So yeah, no, I think they get that dub too, but we'll see if Zach Wilson performs well.
I was seeing the Chiefs doesn't look like the Chiefs play the 49ers.
I don't think they do. I
No.
think that would have been like a primetime game.
But
I don't think they do.
let's talk about the slide at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Patrick Holmes had a walking touchdown.
Yeah, I had a healthy amount of money on -9.5, and I was really happy when they were up like 17-0, and the live spread went to 23.5 at one point. And then they get the safety, and then he got the pick, and that led to a touchdown, and then that led to like I think 18-12, and the slide at the end. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get why you do it. There's under 2 minutes. If you are up by 10, you are not losing that game. Right? To the Jets?
But but like,
dude, no. Dude, no chance. Dude, no chance they pin them deep. They go the length of the field, get a tutty and an extra point and onside kick it and recover it and then get in field goal range?
Yeah.
No way.
No way, but there is a chance.
I know there's a chance.
And that's why you slide.
I know, and that's why. And he pulled a Nick Chubb. I had a freak, and that Nick Chubb game, I had Nick Chubb anytime touchdown. Okay, I'm pissed.
Dude.
I'm pissed. Okay, this just happens a lot to me. This just happens a lot. That was last season. I think I had him, and then I think I ended up losing my fantasy league by like 3 points that week. I had Nick Chubb. Like it was just a lot. There was just a lot that goes into this. I hate when they slide. Plus, like, you know what sucks is like, say it's just third and goal, he has to go in the end zone. But of course, it was like 3rd and 10 with on the freaking just have to get to the 2-yard line. It's just like,
no, dude, nothing.
But
beats. Do you remember last year when I had the Browns? I think I had Browns like -2.5, and they were driving down for the field goal. And then they threw the pick for a pick six.
Yes.
And he could have slid like Patrick Mahomes and ended the game. But
Yeah.
he chose to run it in the end zone, and I freaking lost my bet. I was so pissed. I was like, father.
Dude, it's the worst. Like losing when like you put a ton of money on something and you're like, this is a absolute lock early in the game, and then just like it all just falls apart right in front of you. Like it is the absolute worst.
Dude, freaking Steelers shafted me today.
Yeah.
And dude, shout out to CJ Stroud. Like, prove me way wrong today.
He's been balling, dude.
I was betting on Steelers. I was like, their defense is good. They picked off Jimmy Garoppolo 3 times last week. CJ Stroud, he's going to probably struggle today coming off a big win last week. Bro, just slice and diced them up.
I know.
And the Steelers are dead. They're dead to me. They're dead overall. Their coaching's bad. Their players are bad. They're
You see what
dead.
Tomlin? You see what Tomlin said in the locker
No,
room?
what do you say?
Well, they asked him like, "Is there going to be any changes made?" And he said, "Hell yeah, there's going to be changes made."
Wow.
So I'm curious to see what that is. Kenny Pickett is terrible. Um,
No,
shout out,
he's not that bad. I
dude.
swear it's Matt Canada. Like the
Oh
offense that is
yeah,
being called is like no, ain't nobody doing well in that offense.
no.
It's
I
just
agree.
not built for.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree. And it just like it it's terrible to see because TJ Watt is so good.
Dude, he's awesome.
So good on the defense. And then they have weapons, and it's just like they beat the Raiders last week and then lose terribly to the Texans. It shows you how bad the Raiders are. And the Raiders actually didn't look terrible today with O'Connell.
Dude,
O'Connell
they're
just made
bad.
I know
They're
O'Connell just
bad.
made a stupid throw at the end of the game to get the pick. But I work with a guy, his name's Justin. He said he was going to listen to us today because he said Matt Canada was probably going to rip his heart out this weekend. So shout out Justin if you're listening. He's a big Steelers fan. So Steelers bad, man. They're
Dude, they're
bad.
bad. Yeah, and like we talked about, we kind of saw like a Kenny Pickett having a Mac Jones kind of year
Mm-hmm.
where he's going to be asked to do a little bit more and then he struggles. Mac
Yeah.
Jones gets benched today. Maybe we see
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett get benched down the road. And that's usually what happens. Like odds are, as a quarterback, you get benched, you don't make it.
Is
So
Trubisky? Who's the backup there?
yeah, Trubisky.
Is
Yeah,
Trubisky, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, uh yeah, I want to talk Patriots for a second. They're
Okay.
really bad.
Yeah. Oh
They're
yeah.
really bad. And that was
Yep.
actually a lock. I actually the Cowboys they got down to -6.5. It was like it went up and then it went back to what it opened at. Hammered that because I was like, no freaking way they don't win by like 3 tutties today.
Dude, do
Right.
you just live bet every game?
I think I live bet the ones I'm watching.
Okay.
The ones I'm watching for sure I live bet. Yeah. Yeah. So I was watching Cowboys today. I was watching Chiefs, obviously. And then
Dude,
I was
I need to do that more. I get a little. I guess maybe I'm a little overcautious when I bet. I'm like,
no,
odds are the more I bet, the more I'm going to lose. But
you've had way more success than I have. So
well,
I think you're doing it right. And I agree. I do feel like sometimes I throw money on stuff and it's just like a lock, like a live lock. Like I live bet the 49ers -13.5 today. Like lock. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
not
there's
really because Cardinals will
no,
score a
I know.
touchdown
Well,
at the
yeah,
end.
yeah. The freaking drop by Zach Ertz
Dude,
and freaking Hollywood at the end. I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, dude. Dude, if Zach Ertz would have scored that touchdown, I would have been so mad. But yeah, I think the way I do it is I kind of look and I'm like, how's this game going? How's this game going? And then I'll like just like either hammer like an over under. I will say I do pretty well on hitting live unders. Live unders are pretty easy to hit. Like I live bet I do live bet every game. Yes. I live bet the under 48.5 in like the Chargers Raiders game today. That was a lock. I don't think another touchdown was scored after I bet that. So yeah. So
That's awesome.
but then I go and throw almost all of it on the freaking Chiefs -9.5, and then and then Mahomes
Ah,
rips my heart out.
ah.
And you know what even sucks even more is I told my wife Kristen, right, that I needed a touchdown, and so Mahomes gets loose, and she's like, he's gonna score, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's gonna slide, isn't he? And then I'm just like slow motion, just watching him like head to the sideline, and I'm like, no, he's gonna slide. And he did. And then yeah. I mean, like
Free.
I'm not the only one. Like I have seen
Oh yeah.
so many videos of people just
Oh,
pissed
yeah.
that happened. So at least I'm not the only one, and at least like the whole world lost money on that tonight. So it's all good.
Okay. Biggest riser, biggest loser. Let's start with your biggest riser of this week.
Yeah, biggest risers, probably the Bills. I'm
Okay.
gonna go Bills just because and I don't think people are still thinking about that week 1 loss, but like after you see the Jets just not play well, the Bills should be 4-0. And the Bills like absolutely dismantling the Dolphins today. After the Dolphins put up 70, I know the Broncos are bad, but the Bills, I want to look at last week. So last week their score was 37-3. Kind of the same thing. I couldn't remember if the Commanders scored or not. So I think the Bills just continue to kind of be a riser, but I think just the fact that they beat an undefeated team who just put up 70 the week before and was being called the best offense in football by
Yeah.
28 today. I think that's
Yeah.
the reason why I give them the biggest riser. So
I would agree. We have to go with. I would go with Bills with my second choice. But it have to be either the Lions or
yeah,
I say Lions or Niners. Like
yeah,
Cardinals played good, and the Niners still spanked them. Like
yep,
Niners look very, very good.
very
Um,
good.
Lions looked very, very good. Like that's a
Yes.
pretty good Packers defense, and they put up some points. So
Yeah.
okay, biggest loser. Who you got?
Um, it's got to be the Bengals. The
Yeah,
Bengals, their season is over. I know it's early, but you go 1-3, it's over. And especially the way they're losing. Zach Wilson now has more passing touchdowns than Joe Burrow this season. Um, Joe Burrow got paid. He got the bag, man. And they have been so bad the last 2 weeks. So they put up 3 today. Um, they put up 19 last week against the Rams, but like the Rams aren't amazing. So that was their first win of the season. But then like you lose to the Ravens the week before that, and then what they put up, I think 3. They put up 3. Yeah, so they've had 2 games this year where all they've gotten is a field goal. So
yeah,
today was rough against the Titans. I know the
yeah,
Titans didn't look terrible, but the Bengals just look just I just I don't think they know what's happening there.
yeah. Okay, my biggest loser. I probably have to go with Falcons. I guess I'm not going to harp on the Falcons. We've already harped on them. They are bad.
Even the
Um,
Toy Story broadcast couldn't make them look
yeah,
good.
yeah. I gotta go Steelers. Like
Okay.
Steelers, they're dead. Like
Oh yeah.
they are dead.
Yep.
And I know the Texans have been playing well, but my opinion, like they didn't Texas didn't play all that great. There was a lot of chances the Steelers had, even as bad as they played,
Yep. Yep.
and they couldn't. I mean, they couldn't score. It
Yeah,
was
no.
2 field goals and that's it. Against
Yeah.
the Houston Texans.
And yeah, and I
So
know the Texans are like an up and coming defense because of D'Amico Ryans and he's a defensive coach, but like, dude, like name a guy on that defense that's like an all pro.
yeah, no,
No one.
no.
So
Yeah, C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson, they might be dudes. We'll see.
yeah. And the guy who might not be a dude is Bryce Young. So
Yeah, it does
but
not look good.
no,
Um,
and he looks bad. He might be a biggest loser this week too,
yeah.
but yeah.
Okay. Let's do power rankings to close it out, and
Yep.
then we'll go over our Monday night picks. Or
Yep.
actually, no, we will send out our Monday night picks tomorrow. Got to follow
Yeah.
us on social.
Yep.
Follow us. Check out for those. We'll send those out, and yeah. So
Yep.
okay. Let's start out with number 5. Who you got at 5?
Um Miami.
Okay.
Got Miami
So
at 5.
you're not you're not bailing on the fins, huh? You're still
No, no, I'm not bailing on them just because it's between them and the Cowboys, but I would say I'd keep them in the top 5 just because their offense is really good. Um they have players that are just like coming out of the woodworks, like A Chain. Like, dude, baller. So yeah, I'm gonna keep him at 5.
Like, I don't know, man. These are, you know, the only, like, the Browns with Deshaun, I would take the Browns over the Finns.
Stop it.
I think so.
You what?
I think so.
You're crazy.
I'm trying to think who else. I might even take Detroit over the Finns.
Okay. That I would respect a lot more than the Browns.
Would you take the Jags over the Finns?
No.
Yeah, me neither. And that's crazy because I don't know. Like Trevor Lawrence is playing really good. Like if you watch the
Yeah.
game today, by the way, Toy Story football rules.
Yeah, it was so sick.
It
It was
was
so
sweet.
sick. Like
My
seeing
daughter
Desmond
watched football.
Ritter
Sorry,
throw pick
go for it.
six on Toy Story was freaking
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My daughter watched football for like more than 20 seconds because of that. So
Yeah.
I
So did
appreciate
mine.
it. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And I love like that is my favorite is waking up. My kids wake up at the brink of dawn.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck waking up at 6 a.m. every morning.
Yep. Yep.
But now that football's at 6:30, it's like
Yeah.
I told my wife, I'm like, I'll get up. I'll get up with
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So I got up halfway through the first because I actually set my alarm for 6:15, which is so stupid that I set an alarm for Sunday, but I don't even care. And but then I snoozed it. But then I got up and I was like, oh, it's 7-0 already. Cool. Calvin really caught a touchdown. Sweet. Fantasy touchdown. Sweet. Got one more catch the rest of the game. That sucked, but all good. But yeah, no, I'm not taking the Jags over the Dolphins, man. I just feel like there's weeks where the Jags just look really bad.
Not even the Ravens. Like you would take Miami over Baltimore.
Yeah. Right now, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because
All
there's
right.
weeks like last week where the Ravens freaking suck against the Colts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Number 4.
I think I had Kansas City at number 4.
Yep. Chiefs
Yeah.
at 4.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest shocker to me. I know they haven't played great, but it's just the freaking Chiefs.
I know, but
They
like
are the
it's just
Patriots. Like they will be regular season, but come postseason, it's gonna be good luck. Like
it's it's just because I don't want them to be that.
yeah.
That's why. Like I don't want
Yeah.
them to be the Patriots, and that's kind of why I'm treating them like that. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. I gotta keep them at number 4 just because I think there's 3 teams ahead of them that are
Okay.
better.
Let's go to number
Um
3.
okay. Number 3, I think I had Philly.
Yep.
I have Philly. And I know they had a tough game today, but the Commanders team isn't bad. Great defense. Sam Howell played really good. I actually going back to live betting, I live bet the Commanders. Dude was like plus
Literally
like
every game.
literally every game. Yeah, it was plus 2,000. And I was like, dude, they could probably drive down the field and tie it. And I was like, put $10 on it. I didn't put a ton, right? And I'm like, oh, they score, they go to overtime, and then of course,
Yeah, don't you go for 2? Like I was thinking, I'm like, why the
I
heck are you
won.
gonna go to overtime?
So I know
Why?
100%. Like I saw, like you know that Eagles team can move the ball.
Yeah.
If you get the ball first and you don't score, they are scoring. Like
You can win the game in one play. It's
yeah,
like,
like why
dude,
not? Like you've already scored 30 points. Freaking, you could score 2. Yeah, it sucked. Like I actually saw they scored, and then I was walking into my mother-in-law's house, and then I was like, maybe they'll go for 2. I just wanted like the surprise of like when I open my phone, possibly I make $200. No, but then I look, it's like no, they tied it and we're going to overtime, and then I was like, yeah, this is a loss. Like there's no way they're winning this. So, but yeah, the Eagles are good, dude. Their run game, when they want to run it, they will run it. And when
yeah,
they want to
the
pass
Eagles
it,
are
they will
tough.
pass it. Like AJ Brown
Eagles are
looks sick
tough.
today. So yeah, Eagles for sure number 3.
Okay, number 2.
Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are number 2 for me. Just I think they moved up just because of what they did today to the Dolphins. And I don't know if that's just a lot of media hype around the Dolphins. Like I know the Dolphins are good, but I know the media hype is probably like getting to me a little bit. just because the Dolphins look sick. Tua was like the best odds to win the MVP. Tyreek balled out last week, and then he didn't ball out this week, which I took his over on receiving yards, so that sucked. But yeah, I just bet a lot, as you can see now. But yeah, I gotta go or I gotta go Bills. The Bills look so sick today, dude. They look so good. Their defense looked so good today.
Yeah, man. They stay in Buffalo and they play Trevor Lawrence and the Jags next week. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a super good game.
Okay, number 1.
Yeah, no shocker. It's the Niners.
Yeah, they look good, dude.
They look good. It's Christian McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns today. I saw I don't know if this was a real line, but somebody said the line for him to score 4 touchdowns today was I think it was plus 800,000 or something like that. Just a wild line, right? It was probably a joke, but I'm just saying he scored 4 touchdowns today, and they were easy touchdowns, dude. The dude just gets the ball and just gets in the end zone, man. I think he's had 18. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm telling you, Arizona didn't even play bad.
I know.
You probably think when you score 4 touchdowns, they're like, oh my gosh, Arizona sucks. But dude, they didn't even play bad. They're just freaking good. And Brock Purdy is not that good, but he just is Mr. Consistent, puts it in the right spot, gets the job done, and lets the defense and his Debo and Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk is coming out. Brandon Ayuk had 120 yards or something today.
Yeah, and that's
George Kittle.
That's the thing. Debo had 0 catches. He had 3 rush attempts for 6 yards today. That's it. And I think they actually were saying he might not play today because he was still nursing an injury. And this is sad. They thought they could get it done without him, basically. They were like, we can, get a win. But yeah, McCaffrey, 106 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, and then 71 receiving yards for a touchdown. That is so crazy. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk, 6 receptions for 148 yards. His long was 42. He averaged almost 25 yards a catch. Didn't get in the end zone, but dude, the Niners just look so good, man. They look so good.
Yeah, Eagles don't play till December, so that sucks.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about Brock Purdy? I didn't know this. He had 1 incompletion today.
Yeah,
20 of 21.
Arizona played. It's crazy. Their defense didn't even look bad. They're just the Niners are so good.
20 of 21 for 283 yards and a tutty. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they're freaking good.
They're so good, dude. I am so nervous to have the Seahawks play them twice. Dude, they are going to murder the Seahawks probably.
The Cardinals defense is not terrible, and man, they got torched. So,
okay. But Dobbs didn't have a terrible game either. 265 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good. But the Niners, dude, they're the number 1 right now for sure.
I like it. I don't know if I can put the Bills in front of the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think I would flip-flop the Bills and the Chiefs. I would go Niners, Chiefs, Philly, Bills. And, man, I want to put Miami, but today scared me.
Don't put the Browns, though.
Yeah, I think I would go Ravens at 5.
Okay. That's not bad. The Ravens are, definitely top, right, 7 or 8 for me.
So, okay. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Get on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Yep. Put on those notifications. We'll be posting our picks for tomorrow. So if you want to ride, you can ride with us. I got some good ones locked in, all ready to go. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
All right, later.